Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everybody, on this very wet, soggy day. Thank you so much for taking the time to come out today and to look and learn about the mobile training unit. We are so proud of this and very excited to have this day. So I'm going to start off by showing you a video that we just finished creating and we're really excited to show. So I'm going to start there. So why don't you go ahead and show the video.
So, you need to get your employees some cutting-edge training. Training that's customized to exactly what you do. With state-of-the-art equipment, on your schedule, right when you want it. Ready to rock? Or better yet, why don't we just roll in you? We're AJAC. With our highly skilled instructors and super flexible schedules, you don't stop production. So before you know it, your business is really taking off. Here's the deal. AJAC trains your people right outside your door, so production keeps going at no travel costs. And your people take new skills back to work the same day. Efficient? You bet. Want some CMM action? Get some. Portable rover arm? Oh yeah. How about a 3D rapid prototyper? Design software? We got that. Oh, you need NDI like eddy current and ultrasound? Please. Here's your solution. Get the cutting-edge manufacturing training you need that works on your schedule, protects your bottom line, and comes to you. The only question is, what's your cross street? School's in session.
Yeah.
All right. That is our new video that we're going to be out there promoting with employers all across Washington State, hoping that they will take advantage of the mobile training unit. We do already have a long list of employers signed up to start training, so we're excited to get this off and on, going and on the road. A couple things. One, we're here to talk about the mobile training unit today, but another key piece today is to talk about the relationship of Boeing and IM, who helped sponsor this vehicle, and the great work that they've been doing. And one of those efforts, as you can see, they have their logo now on the side of the mobile training unit, and we're very excited to have that. It's that sponsorship that's allowing this vehicle to travel around the state and make this an affordable mode of training for the employers. So this mobile training unit is unique. One of the things that's really unique about it is that it combines the development process and the design process with the actual manufacturing and the inspection process of the product. And most of you know that there are schools out there that teach the manufacturing side and there are schools that teach the design side, but it's very rare that the two meet. But also most of you probably know that the most valuable employee are the folks who know both sides of that story and who are able to work on both ends. So when we bring people in here, we're able to take them from designing product on SolidWorks, CATIA, Mastercam, you name it, we got it. They design that product, they go through, they actually manufacture it on a 3D prototyper, and then they get to inspect the product at the end with all the high-end inspection equipment that we have. So we're really excited to bring this just-in-time training, as we're calling it, to employers across Washington State. The mobile training unit has three purposes. The first purpose is to supplement our apprenticeship programs. All of our apprentices who go through our program will have access to this equipment, and they will be trained on the latest and greatest quality assurance inspection equipment. Its secondary purpose is to train incumbent workers across Washington State. So with this mobile vehicle, we're able to bring it to an employer's site. The employer says that they need training, let's say on a CMM, or they need math, or they need whatever it is. We bring this vehicle up, production can keep going, they send their employees out, we get them trained to get them right back on the floor. We're hoping to utilize both the curriculum that is developed by employers. So we have lots of employers involved in developing it so that we're actually providing the training that the employer needs, not something else. It's the employer-driven curriculum. And its third purpose is for recruitment. when we bring this vehicle, let's say we bring it to Spokane, we will notify the local high schools in the area and other organizations that work with youth. And we have a short 2-hour to 4-hour program that they can come and they can learn about the manufacturing process and introduce them to a new kind of manufacturing that many of them don't know. And when we've done that thus far, the kids have gotten really excited and said, this is the career that's for me. So we're really excited about that. This mobile training unit was created with the help of a lot of different people, and I want to give a big shout out to those folks. We have a lot of employers involved in creating the curriculum, as I mentioned earlier, so I just want to thank those. There's a long list, I can't name them all off, but to all those employers who participated in building that curriculum. And I want to mention, this vehicle is unique also in that we have a gentleman whose name is Terry Hagel. He's in there teaching right now. This man comes out of the high school, he actually used to work in the manufacturing sector, then he started teaching in the high schools. We were lucky enough to bring him onto our staff, and when we brought him on, I said, how would you like to get your CDO license? And since that time, he has done so. So now Terry drives this vehicle, he teaches from this vehicle, he manages all the equipment in this vehicle, and I'm telling you what, there's nothing like Terry. We do have a lot of other support instructors if we need more than one. We can go out there and work with them. But Terry, hopefully you'll get an opportunity to meet him today as he's in there teaching. And he's just the perfect guy to be doing this work. So thank you so much. One of the unique things about this vehicle too is that it has a sustainable funding model, and that was one of our big goals, is to create something that we could keep on the road for a long time and eventually hopefully to create another one. So the model that we're after here is that through sponsorships such as Boeing's and IAM's and the marketing that can go onto this vehicle, that pays for the transportation of this vehicle to the employer's site. So when the employer pays for this training, they are paying actually only for the cost of the training itself. And they don't have to pay for their employee to travel anywhere. They don't have to pay for the production time that they would be down when the employer was out of the company. And so it's thanks to the sponsorships like Boeing and IAM that allow us to bring this vehicle all across Washington State and keep it at an affordable price for our employers. So that being said, I'd like to now introduce some of our speakers. And first I'm going to start with Tim Copes. He's a VP at Boeing, and he's been doing a lot of work to help support the production process. And I'd like to take a moment to introduce you. Come on up and have a few words. Thank you so much, Tim.
Thank you, Laura. The weather may not be great, but it's great to be here today, and it's a great occasion. I'm proud to be here to represent the Boeing Company, and it wasn't too far north of here, almost 100 years ago. 4 years will be 100 years. Boeing started. And so in some ways, Boeing in the state of Washington started with the aerospace industry before there was an aerospace industry. And if you can, and I just heard that Machinist Inc. has been around for over 70 years. So we've got a long and a proud legacy, and really a trailblazing legacy in aerospace. Today, Boeing has 82,000 employees in the state of Washington. However, if we want to talk about the future of the state and the future of the Boeing Company, you can't use your legacy for that. Every day there's 12,000 Boeing airplanes flying around the world. That's all great, but that isn't going to help us in the future, because every day also we're out trying to compete and having to compete to sell Boeing airplanes to the airlines around the world. So to have a future, we need the skilled workforce that it takes to design, to build, and to support the safe, efficient airplanes that the Boeing Company needs to go to the market with. And to do that, we need the skilled workforce for the future. So we can build on the great past we have together by working on the future together here. Boeing may be the largest aerospace company in Washington, but it isn't the only one. So the only right way to work our workforce is to do it together. And in this case, we're proud to not only partner with the IAM, who is our single largest partner in terms of our employees, but also with the state of Washington and the rest of the aerospace industry. So we're not here to celebrate the past, we're here to celebrate the future. Laura, thank you for leading the effort to have us be able to have this resource in the state. It's one small piece of what we all need to have a bright future here in the state of Washington. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. It's a pleasure to have you here today. Next, I'd like to introduce legislative representative for the IAM 751, Larry Brown.
Thank you, Laura. At least I don't have to worry about this weather messing up my hair. I want to thank you, Laura, for the work you're doing and for Machinists Inc. for providing us with this venue. Workforce training is a collaborative effort, and it's best typified by the work that AJAC is doing, Boeing is involved, the employer community, and the Machinist Union, as well as our community and technical college system. We know that a trained workforce is our competitive advantage here in the state of Washington, the Pacific Northwest. Without that skilled workforce, our jobs will leak outside. And we're here just in time to train a new generation of skilled aerospace workers who will come through the AJAC program and other trainings that are available, but we have to do it now because the age of our workforce, within the next decade, nearly half of all aerospace workers will be eligible to retire. And so we need this training now. The ultimate goal for us as the Machinist Union is to ensure that no business leaves Washington State because they don't have enough skilled workers. And right now, there's a tremendous need for our young people to be trained up, get on the shop floor, and learn from the incumbent workforce, which is part of what the apprenticeship program is all about. AJAC has been working with employers to make sure that that training is aligned and the correct training at the right time, at the right place, and that's what makes this mobile training unit so wonderful. I serve on the State Board for Community and Technical Colleges, and one of the big challenges is the cost of bringing the right equipment, the current, most modern equipment to bear in these training programs. And what this mobile training unit does is it allows our state to benefit from this wonderful equipment without having to replicate it in every location. So this is a cost-saving efficiency for the taxpayers, for the employer community, and for the students. We want to make sure that this funding continues at the state level, so I would ask all of you to make sure that our legislature is meeting its obligation to the citizens of this state by ensuring we have adequate funding for workforce training. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Larry. Next, I'd like to introduce Jeff Thompson. He's Sales and Marketing with Machinist Inc. Thank you for hosting us today.
Thank you, Laura. Thanks for inviting or asking us to participate in this event. It's been wonderful. The weather is exciting as Seattle is. Our company has more than 70 years of history, as Tim mentioned. We also have about 170 employees. We're one of the largest aerospace supply companies in Seattle. We're also one of the best network of these supply agencies. We may be kind of hidden in the field a little bit, but we support some of the largest employers in the state of Washington and in the world. As a small business, we find we need a technically strong workforce. We find that challenging in these times. We have developed a partnership with AJAC to help with many of our employees increase their skills. Our employees are a key to our success, and it's our creed to attract, support, and grow these employees. That means we must first find the best employees we can find, and we train them. We train them to the capabilities and the things that we need to have done. Many people no longer have these opportunities in the schools, whether it be the high school, college, or trade schools. And so with the coordination with the AJAC program, this is the type of training that we're able to provide to our employees to help focus for the requirements that we need. We have over 8 employees, actually 10 now, involved in the AJAC training program. Several of them are actually, I think 8 or 9 of them will be trained this afternoon on some additional math skills, which was one of the areas that we found interesting. When we went to place a lot of them, math skills became a challenge in some of the areas. And so actually we've developed another program after that to help future AJAC participants in math training ahead of time before they go into the program. So again, it's part of the relationship that we're building with the AJAC program. The mobile training unit is going to be very cost effective for us. As you can see, they can bring it right onto our site. We don't have to truck our guys over to South Seattle or Renton, where they're going to school now. And we can actually focus the training on what specifics are for the day or the week or the month that we need. Tonight, I think they're working on the measurements and tools. So you'll see that, I think, this afternoon. Our workers were the ones that actually introduced us to the AJAC program. I had talked with several of the individuals, and I had some brochures, and I kind of left them around. All of a sudden, I had a swarm of people coming back to me saying, we want to get involved in this program. I said, absolutely, we have 100% support behind that. And we put that program together. Like I said, the AJAC